To stay abreast of developments in the technological world, we employ a wide variety of methods. Much of what we do consists of reaching out to the community. Our banking institutions are actively utilizing technological means to serve their consumers. We also operate as a service provider in the field of technology. In addition to the rails offered by the private sector, we also provide payment rails for the economy. Technology is an integral part of our lives, and we make good use of it. Then we perform research internally. As a company, we investigate public policy. We also conduct preliminary studies of the technology in-house. That potpourri of resources we employ in an effort to be abreast of events unfolding across the country. David Andolfo, a vice president and research director at the Federal Reserve Bank, recently praised the Ripple network in an interview with Coindesk.com for optimizing Bitcoin's original ledger. He was discussing the possible benefits of Bitcoin's public ledger system for the Federal Reserve's real-time settlement system when the topic of Ripple suddenly came up. Andolfo believes that the federal system might manage all of the books continuously in each of its member banks by establishing a distributed ledger system. So, in case of a system crash, the ledger might be used to retrieve the data. Andolfo provided an example to illustrate his argument. On the Spedcoin blockchain, you can see exactly which banks are sending money to which others. If the Fed were to issue an emergency loan to one of these organizations, you would be able to see who gets the money and how much. Since Ripple already implements the changes he proposes to the federal banking system, he must be right. With a distributed order book, the Ripple software allows its users to trade Bitcoins for its proprietary currency, XRP, as well as fiat currencies like the US dollar and the euro. Because the funds can be used to buy or sell Bitcoins from any order book that is posted rather than just one, the process of getting money out and putting it in becomes more decentralized. This appears to confirm Ripple's dominance in the market for interbank gateways. A Ripple supporter viewed this as a positive development for Ripple Labs and the XRP price. Meanwhile, Andolfo indicated that the major reason Fed economists are considering employing such a technology right now is because of their previous pledges. He went on to say that the huge stakes in various cryptocurrencies by an incredible 740 as per illustrate the complexity of issues currently occupying the minds of Fed economists. If XRP is so promising, why'd risk so much on it? Because the banks aren't just browsing, they need a digital token for each, and these tokens are expected to be quite valuable. A worth of $10,000 is not merely optimistic forecasts given XRP's capacity to support the massive scales of international money, and if the financial corridors are projected to incorporate XRP for advanced business operations. We are considering the possibility that the value of XRP will surge to $10,000 per unit in the coming month, a number that has been used interchangeably with growing assurance as a result of XRP's expected role in the digital central bank currency-wise. A Federal Reserve statement provides support for this theory. Proof that Assembled has produced to show the extent of this progress will be available after the United States begins implementing the standard for using XRP internationally by the end of 2023. There's more to this session than just the price, though. The accuracy of these forecasts is astonishing. Possible compromise based on the SEC's negotiating position and Ripple Labs' openness to compromise. The power to finally settle the protracted lawsuits resides within this group, which might lead to a dramatic increase in XRP's market price as demand for the cryptocurrency grows. We are not just making this up, we have specific records and proof relating to the settlement offer it has made to the CEO of Ripple Labs, and we are prepared to publish them. It is acceptable for acceptance at any in terms of history. The acceptance of a settlement offer is nothing new to the spotlight. The SEC is under intense pressure. Judge Torres, who set a deadline for an out-of-court settlement by November 9, 2023, realized they were in a bind. As a result of the SEC's emergency meeting during which crucial issues were discussed through institutional agreements rather than court cases, the situation was rectified and Ripple Labs was offered the astounding sum of $770 million from the SEC's proposal to settle the lawsuit, but Ripple held firm in a bold move. The dynamics of their area have shifted since they reduced it to the XRP's voyage. Ripple Labs was given a second settlement offer drastically reduced to $20 and the offer million without much help from anyone other than President Joe Biden, who was ready to formally issue an executive order that could have a major effect on XRP and a number of other virtual currencies upon this next order. According to John Dean, a lawyer for the cryptocurrency industry, Ripple is quite likely to accept this offer, which would put an end to the ongoing legal saga of Ripple's case with the SEC. However, this executive order is just the beginning of our discussion. Today, we will be discussing the nuances in length. We have made a significant discovery. If you want to know when the Fed plans to incorporate XRP as a global measure beneath the ISO, the answer is 4217 ST. The target date is set for the end of the year 2023. Despite the relative lack of noise in the media, I am holding on to this information since the date it was first used in the United States is documented in an official document thanks to the efforts of an impartial and devoted researcher. Definitely, momentous plans are being made at this very moment. The SEC and Congress's simultaneous actions in the U.S., along with Ripple's backstage alignment of CBC, will address the special drawing of SDR's concerns regarding rights liquidity and the activation of XRP by major cross-border payment banks in Japan. These developments are also combining and whispering that the value of XRP could rise to approximately $110,000 per signal unit. We are about to witness a significant financial transformation, but that's just the start of today's batch. There are so many fresh off the press announcements that will be dissecting everything that's come before. XRP to hit those all-time highs and how it all ties into the imminent shift in which the Federal Reserve is on the cusp of fully adopting XRP. For the sake of getting to the meat of today's discussion, let's just Google or anything more but use what seems to be Google Bard. Tell me what the world's bridge is. A majority of people will choose XRP as their preferred cryptocurrency, but the real action is hidden in the ICO source code. The ICO Game Changer 4217 is awarded to XRP, indicating that this cryptocurrency is more than simply another digital asset. Let's take a closer look. Click on the second image. The clues start to come together as you start looking for the Federal Reserve ISO $4,217. Under the terms of a partnership with the African mobile payments provider Ripple will power new payment lanes connecting 27 African countries with the United Kingdom, Australia, and the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC. Onafric, along with its three partners, will implement Ripple Payments blockchain technology. Australia will be served by Zazi Transfer, the United Kingdom by PayAngel, and the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC countries of Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates by PayPal. Most foreign currency transactions in Africa are remittances. Global Customer Success Vice President at Ripple. The increases for XRP on November 6 are a part of a broader trend of recovery that began on October 19 when Grayscale, a New York investment business, refiled its application with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to convert its Bitcoin trust into a spot ETF. Since then, the price of XRP has increased by almost 45%, making it the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization as of November 6, surpassing Cardano ADA. Furthermore, after gaining regulatory permission in the free trade zone of the Dubai International Financial Center, XRP's bullish momentum has strengthened. Put otherwise, it is now lawful for financial institutions located in the DAFC to conduct transactions using XRP tokens. The significant accumulation trend among XRP's wealthiest investors is another factor contributing to the company's price surge on November 6. Notably, data resource Sentiment indicates that the supply of XRP coins held by addresses with a balance between 100,000 and 1 billion reached its peak in November 2023. In the meantime, XRP's social dominance, which compares mentions in the top 50 cryptocurrencies to those made in cryptocurrency-focused social media, has reached its best point since July 2023. XRP's open interest increases by 13.5%. There were slight gains in XRP's derivative market along with its ascent. For example, in the last day, the cryptocurrency's open interest, OI, which measures the total notional of contracts that are still in effect, increased by almost 13.5% to $751.75 million. That amount is still less than the $1.19 billion OI that followed the July ruling in SEC v. Ripple.